Hey guys, Windows Whistler here, and first of all, I want to apologize everyone for that e-rape incoming. Oh boy, rest in peace, headphones users. Anyways, if you might know me from my TikTok account, YouTube, or even DeviantArt account, you must know that my #1 favorite band is Tally Hall. You might actually know them for their popular songs like Roller of Everything, Hide in the Sand, or Turn the Lights Off. Or you might know them for creating a side project, Miracle Musical, with their album Hawaii Part 2. But there's also one thing that Tally Hall fans love about this band, which is the band members themselves. I mean, each one of them has a different tie color, each one of them plays different instruments, each one of them has different voice whenever it comes to singing, talking, whatever you want. And each one of them has a different personality, which some Tally Hall fans like to relate to the band members. And today I've decided to make a video about me ranking every single Tally Hall member. I'm gonna use tier list, by the way. But before we start, I want to tell you something. I'm not gonna talk about controversies because like some controversies might make me uncomfortable. So I hope you understand this and respect that. I'm not gonna go like from the worst member to the best member because, you know, my video, my rules, okay? Also, this video and everything I'll say is just my silly opinion, so if you disagree with me and have a different opinions, then I totally respect that. But please respect my opinion too. As it goes, please also be mature in comments. Let's not waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen, Windows Whistler is proud to present her Tally Hall band members ranking. Let's go. Alright, let's start with the primary trio, and the most known one from this trio is Joe. There are like a lot of things that you might like about him. Maybe it's because of his quirky humor. Or maybe the songs that he wrote, like Roller of Everything, Hide in the Sand, or Banana Man. Guys, Banana Man is like my #1 favorite song, okay? Okay, bruh! Also, he created the side project, which is Miracle Musical and the whole Hawaii Part 2. Also, he created his solo album, which is Joe Holly, which has really great songs. I mean, his writing skills are actually perfect, and I love every single song that he wrote. Well, not every, but still, I like. I was at first thinking to put him to the B tier because he made Banana Man, but I think that some Joe Holly fans might get angry at me because of that. But I'm gonna put him to A tier because of his writing song skills and because he wrote Aristotle's Denial. I don't think I'm actually saying that right. He might be not my favorite, but I don't exactly hate him either.
Two girls I like a lot. I think they're really.
Ooh! Oh boy, where do I even have to begin? Let's start with the simple thing. I love Zibin. Of course, I'm not saying this in a weird simping way. I just consider him to be my #1 favorite Tally Hall member. I actually have a lot of reasons to say that Zibin is one of my favorite Tally Hall members, but there's like a lot of things to say. But I'm still gonna talk about it. Not only I think he is funny, his voice is really beautiful and I love it. His songs that he wrote, like Cannibal, are peak fiction, and I love his emo fluffy hair. Like, dude, I'm literally jealous about his fluffy hair that he used to have. I'm saying that he used to have because now he doesn't. But I'm not saying that without his emo fluffy hair he's ugly. I mean, come on, it's Zubin. Of course he's pretty. Despite him having double chin, despite him being 41 years old, I still like him. I like him to the point that now my character has a sprite as being dressed as him. I like him to the point that I actually have a Utis figurine. Well, I don't have a plushie because, you know, I wasn't a Tally Hall fan in 2023. Also, the wall in my room where I put printed pictures is slightly covered in Zubin pictures, to the point that my mom says to stop putting Zubin on wall. Of course, I'm not saying that I'm like #1 Zubin fan in the whole world and you, but I'm just saying that, you know, he's like my #1 favorite Tally Hall member ever.
There are 7 billion people on the planet.
Rob, aka what I like to call him, the 5th Beatle. I mean, come on, he looks like the 5th Beatle, dude. Back to the video. Rob also has been writing nice songs to the Tally Hall, like Out in the Twilight, or Never Meant to Know, or Be Born. And now you guys might wonder, but Whistler, why did you put Be Born here? It's like the most hated Tally Hall song. Which I'm severely confused because I don't know which song of Tally Hall is most hated, Be Born or You. Even true, yes. I like Be Born. Even the fact that this song is literally about father singing to his unborn fetus. Dude, on that Not a Trampoline livestream from Instagram, some random fan asked him to say 6'7" and he actually did it, like
6'7". It's a lot to say 6'7". Andrew.
6'7". Yep.
6'7".
And that was to the point that Andrew literally didn't want to say it because he knew there was already that poggers thing again.
I'm not getting any of this.
Oh, you're not? Okay, well.
I don't want to see it though.
Esther, because, well, he used to be my 2nd favorite Tally Hall member, but now he's 3rd. But don't worry, I'll get later to my 2nd favorite Tally Hall member. Ross is, well, not just a drummer in my opinion.
First of all, Ross is just a drummer.
I mean, come on, look at his great percussion skills that appeared in one of Borolog's. Also his singing skills. I know he wasn't singing a lot of Tally Hall, but come on, Mucka Bucka. I mean, he sang also in Hymn of the Scarecrow, and you know this video, right? Apparently, I just heard that Mucka Bucka wasn't wrote by him. Apparently, Joe wrote it, even if Ross was the main vocal in Mucka Bucka. Like, what? A tier.
Now get a hold of yourself. We gotta
Oh, you guys wanna know what I think about Andrew? Well, he's my 2nd favorite Tally Hall member. His keyboard skills are peak fiction. I literally call him Willwood before Willwood. His voice is actually good and it feels like a hot cocoa on a cold day, especially when it comes from these songs from Edu. Yeah, talking about songs, well, they're great. I mean, hell, they're awesome. I mean, awesome sauce. I remember last time watching someone's Tally Hall tier list video, they said that all the songs that Andrew wrote are absolute ass cheeks. Yes, that also includes the songs from Sketches 3D. Well, except Taken for the Ride and The Whole World You. And before you're gonna wholly attack me because of this, I repeat, if you disagree with me, or have a different opinion, I totally respect that. Also, I don't have anything against this person who made this video. I totally respect their opinion. But saying that the songs that he wrote are bad is slightly wild considering that he wrote Fate of the Stars, which is probably my favorite Tally Hall Good and Evil song ever. You know why? Because it has slight Hawaii Part 2 vibe, especially in this part. And at first I thought Joe wrote this song because it had slight Hawaii Part 2 vibe. But Andrew? Damn, I wasn't expecting this from him. I mean, he predicted Miracle Musical. Also, let's not forget that he wrote his own etudes, and they're underrated as heck, dude. So yeah, he's talented, his voice is great, and the songs that he wrote are peak. He goes to S tier because he's my second favorite after Zubin. Alright, now let's talk about members that I like to call extra ties. And at first is Borg. Borg Raja is the 106th member of Tally Hall who wears orange tie or even orange shirt with his name on it. Although he isn't in the main 5, he still plays a big role in Tally Hall. He's the best friend of the band members, a mascot, engineer, advisor, documentarian, and a touring member of the band. You might know him because he also appeared in Tally Hall's internet show in his segment called 15 Seconds of Bora, and he also created Bora Logs. Also, he is responsible because of his own project, which is the band Kojumdip, which is peak. He goes on A tier. Casey Shea. Now, Casey is another member who might not appear in the main 5, but he also played important role. The story begins in 2010 when Joe backed off from Tally Hall's tour with Jukebox the Ghost. In short, say he was busy to appear, so Casey had to replace him at this time before Joe would return. Even after Joe returned to regular Tally Hall activities, Casey didn't leave the band. Instead, he toured with them until 2011. In Tally Hall, he's known for being the black tie, and yeah, I love it because you know why? Cassius is underrated, and I know there's like that one user who's named Casey Shea Enthusiastic or something, and they're like the biggest fan of Casey, and that's actually great because Casey is like underrated, so he goes to S tier. Matthew Altruda. Matthew is a host of an Ann Arbor, Michigan's radio station, which is named Three Town Sound, and he's like the second biggest Tally Hall member. I put the number 1 Tally Hall fan, I'm gonna talk later. Matthew is also likely known for being friends with some of the band members and has some of them on the radio for interviews from time to time. Also, he got claimed to be a honorary pink tie, A tier. Steve Gallagher. Steve Gallagher was the original drummer of Tally Hall. He was a member of the band in the inception in the winter 2002 to early 2004. On 2004, Steve decided to leave Tally Hall because the band had become too serious a commitment, as he wished to focus on academic endeavors, but there was also been rumors that he left over creative differences. I thought that he left the band because of the Banana Man musical video. Like, am I the only one who thought that Steve was the only sane here? Like, the rest of Tally Hall members was smoking something and he was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Look what I found! Steve Gallagher gave all the members those horrid haircuts, that's why they kicked him out of the band! Steve just had a slight wasted potential because imagine if he could stay in Tally Hall. Imagine how Tally Hall would look if Steve just stayed. But I'm not gonna talk about it because some Ross fans might go angry at me, so I'm gonna just put him right here. Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott is a character that appears in Tally Hall's internet show,
in his segment called Questions Answer, where he's answering questions from Tally Hall fans in the mail.
The biggest rule of him that everyone knows is that he appeared in the Tally Hall's internet show segment, which is called Questions Answered, in episodes like Good Day, Who Cares, The Whole World on You, and Good Night. But before the Tally Hall's internet show, Ryan also appeared to be a member of the comedy film troupe founded by Joe Hawley, which goes by the name Anonymous. Sadly, Ryan doesn't appear on the list, but if he could, I would put him on A tier or B tier, but yeah, I don't know, maybe slightly A tier, but like at the lowest. Illicit Ghost. Illicit Ghost is a female artist, producer, violinist, and songwriter. Some Tally Hall fans might recognize her for appearing in Andrew's Sonic Launches and being the second vocal in his single called Monsters. Because of her appearance, Tally Hall fans decided to claim her as white tie, because you know, ghosts are white. And no, I don't mean this mysterious white bow tie guy from Pinjury episode. Illicit is also underrated, but because of her friendship with Andrew, she slightly become popular because of Tally Hall fans. And that's understandable because she's also underrated. Yeah, just like Casey and the rest of the extra ties that I like to call. So she, in my opinion, goes to A tier. A purple tie. You know what that means?
I think that in one of the Tally Hall videos, the band claimed that purple tie belongs to their fans.
Yeah, and if I could speak about fandom, well, I could put it next to Steve, even lower. I mean, come on, this fandom is good and evil. Like every typical fandom of popular stuff. Like, don't get me wrong. But I'm gonna talk about that one Tally Hall fan who changed the community, support it, and even if he's not with us anymore, he's also really important in Tally Hall. Community or the band itself. Koch Baldwin. Now, Koch wasn't playing in a band, but was the creator, designer, and maintainer of the official Hiding in the Sand website. He was uploading some of the archived lives, some other crap on the website, since he loved absorbing all the information about the band. He also might have other favorite musical artists, but Tally Hall was number one in his heart. Unfortunately, Koch passed away on July 25 of 2022 to the fact that even the band members of Tally Hall decided to make a tribute for him. Rest in peace. As it goes, Koch goes to the S tier for being the frontman of Tally Hall community. Speaking of important characters in Tally Hall's history who sadly aren't with us anymore, let's talk about Marvin Yagoda. Now, you might know character of Marvin from songs like Welcome to Tally Hall and Taken for the Ride, or even of the cover of Marvel's Mechanical Museum. But did you know that Marvin was actual owner of the Mechanical Museum? He also appeared in one of the Tally Hall's internet show episode titled Marvin and His Museum. In this episode, Mr. Yagoda appeared as the subject of a mini documentary welcoming us to his mechanical museum. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2017. But it doesn't mean that his marvelous mechanical museum got in bad hands, right? Right? It's still open, right? Oh, you poor idiots. Of course it got closed. The whole community was furious about it, even though there are rumors spreading that the museum might just change locations and maybe soon in future it will open again. I hope. Esther. Rest in peace for him and Koch Baldwin. A moment of silence for these important characters in Tally Hall's lore. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for next time because I'm planning to make a tier list video of every single Tally Hall song. Thanks for watching again, and this is Windows Whistler signing out.
Humoryk tam albo więcej, ty kurwa nic kurwysynie nie zrobi. Puść, Kazule.